Hi guys, it's from Sebastian here again with another awesome Blender tutorial. So the project file for this tutorial is on the description link so you can get it and follow along. If you're new to my channel, please do me a favor of hitting the subscribe button and the bell notification button so you get notified once I drop awesome content like this. Okay, so this is really easy to do here in Blender and I'm going to guide you guys on how I did it. So without further ado guys, let's get started. I'm going to delete this now, start with a new project, select on the new general, left click there, and then I have the new project now. Okay, so we'll delete the default cube now, then shift A and then mesh, and then we'll add the cylinder now. So we'll scale this cylinder, X to scale, and then Z, and then scale it somewhere around here. Okay, so this is good now. So I will move over to edit mode and then select this face I have here, click 3 and then select this face, delete the top face now, then head over to the edge, that's the bottom here now, then select the face I have there, and then X to I to insert it, and then I to insert it again somewhere around here. And then I'm going to use the proportional editing tool so to drag this guy down, and then Z, then drag this guy down, something like this. Okay, so I'm good with this now. So what we can do now is click A to select all the faces now, and then 2 to move over to edge mode, and then we unselect all this top edge. So hold shift and alt and then left click on the top face here, shift and alt, do the same for here, shift and alt, same for here, shift and alt, same for here. Okay, now so we'll bevel these edges, will selected now, so control B now, then we're gonna bevel it out somewhere there. Okay, so now we're going to delete the ones we beveled and then leave this one within bevel. So we'll move over to face mode now, then P to separate by selection now. So we exit this edit mode now. In object mode, we're gonna delete this one within bevel and then leave this one. So we want to join the bottom of this now. So what we just have to do is click shift A now to add another mesh. So we're going to add a plane mesh, something like this. So S to scale this guy, S again to scale it on, and S and X to resize the size somewhere around here. So I'm just going to press G to grab this guy closer here. And I think this is good now. So we'll right click now and then duplicate this guy. Right click and duplicate the object, and then X to constrain it on the X axis. So something like this now. So what I just need to do is click Shift R to repeat what I just did. And this is going to cover up for all the whole spaces I have there. So I've covered up for this now. So what we have to do is duplicate this guy to do the same for this one. So I'll just box select this guy, then right click and then duplicate, arrow to rotate Z axis, and then 90 to rotate it clearly on opposite side. So this one is facing this side, this one is facing this side. So if you look clearly now, you see that what we'll have to join with this now is just this guy, this guy, and this guy, this guy. So we're gonna duplicate one of these guys now. So I'm gonna left click on this guy, right click now, duplicate. I bring this guy somewhere here, and then S and then X to scale it smaller like this. So this is great now. This is what I'm looking for. G and then Y to move it up forward a little bit. So this is great now. So I'm just gonna right click on this now, duplicate it again, and then place it here and constrain it on the Y axis, and then keep it somewhere here so it's close to the other guy. So what we just need to do is start joining these faces we have here with these ones we just beveled now. So to do that now, I will just box select all the faces now. So let me use the Z flat view again on this now. Okay, so I'm just gonna press G now, Z, and bring this guy down here, and then hold shift, select on this other one, and then control J now to join everything. So everything is joined now, and then this is going to be easier for us now to join this. So we'll head over to edit mode now, and then we're going to select the faces and then start joining them. So to move over to edge mode, select the face here, select, and then F, then select this. So this is basically what we are going to be doing on all the faces. So to join them, it's very easy and nothing to worry about there. Okay, so we'll do same for all these guys, same join, and this guy join the face, this guy as well, and then hold shift this guy, and F again, hold shift, and then left click on that edge, left click on this one, F to fill it. Okay, so that's what we're also gonna do here. So I'm going to add the solidify modifier to this now. So I will exit this now. First of all, I'm going to check the face orientation of this to know what is actually looking like. The face orientation is going to help place it properly well. So we'll head over to this option here, and then you're going to see face orientation. So I'm going to on it now. So you can see some faces are oriented forward. So what we can do is head over to edit mode now, select all the faces now, and then shift N now to change the orientation now. So this is recalculate normal I just did now. So it recalculated the normal and gave me the perfect normal. So I'm going to check this face orientation. So I'm going to bring some of the faces upward now. So let's select some of the faces and then bring some down and bring some upward a little bit. So let's add the solidify modifier now. Exit the object mode. So head over to the modifier tab and then add modifier, generate, and then the solidify modifier. So the solidify modifier will increase the thickness to a good amount. I think this is good now. So we'll add another modifier, which is the subdivision surface, to make this guy very smooth. So I'm going to increase the levels of the subdivision to about 3, and then I'm going to right click and then shade smooth now, and then you can see the tip of this basket is pointed. So to do that, to make it not pointed, we just have to add supporting edges. So I'm going to use the Y flat view, A, to select all the faces, and then use the bevel tool here, switch from the knife to bevel, that's left click and hold, and then drag to bevel, and then I'm going to bisect by left clicking and holding and dragging my mouse, and then holding control will give me a straight bisection. Okay, so I'm going to release my mouse and then bring this guy up now to, okay, you don't need it to snap, just bring it up very close to the tip. Okay, so this is going to make it very okay. So I think this is okay. We can add another bisection to the tip here. So we'll bisect another one now, hold control to make it flat, and then we're going to bring this one down a little bit. So somewhere around there I think is great now. So we exit this now. Okay, we are okay with this now. So what we just need to do now is now add the round weave on this basket now. So to do this now, we're going to add a cylinder, shift A now, and then mesh again, and then cylinder now. So X to scale, Z to scale it very well. So Control Tab 6 to move out to edit mode. Select this face and then hold Shift, select the bottom face, D, and then delete the face now. So we can now select on this now, and then X to scale it to make sure it's very close to the basket, and then GZ, bring it up now. I think that's 2 up, so bring it somewhere around here. So I'll move out to edit mode again, and then this time around I'm going to checker the select. I'm going to click A to select all the whole faces now, hold Shift. Let's just use the single view, that's clicking at the slash key. Okay, so I'm going to hold Shift now, move out to edge mode, hold Shift and Alt on select this top round edge, hold Shift and Alt, do the same for the bottom. So I just have these ones now. So what I can do is head over to select now. You can see where the row checker deselect. So we'll do checker deselect now, and then back to the edit mode now, and then I'm gonna scale just this one's now selected. S to scale, Z, shift Z to remove the Z axis and scale it only on the X and Y axis. So I'm just gonna scale this guy inward very well. So we'll do same for this other guy, scale it out. So slash to give us a single view again. So A to select again, hold Shift and Alt on select the top edge, and then hold Shift and Alt on select this other edge, whole edge now. And then we're going to do the checker deselect again, then checker deselect, and then you can see selected the other edges again. So what we can do now is we'll offset it so it will select this other type, this other part, that's this other ones that is a pointed out, that's the one is going to select now. So what I can now do now is use the click the slash again to so I can see what I'm doing. X again, Shift Z, and then scale this guy outward again. So now I'm gonna add a modifier to this now. So let's add solidify modifier again, generate solidify modifier, and then increase the thickness a little bit, and then we are gonna add a subdivision surface modifier under generate again, subdivision surface, and then you can see what it's doing there. So we're gonna increase the level of subdivision and then smoothing it, right click shade smooth, and then it's smooth now. So we can scale this guy now out and see what we have here. So this is looking great now. S to scale, Shift Z to scale it so it's very close to this guy. Okay, so this is looking great now. So we can try to bring this down and see what we have now. So with the Y flat view, right click on this now, duplicate, and then Z, bring it down here, and then arrow to rotate Z, and then rotate it so to give me a different look of what I have. So let's just duplicate this guy now, the two of them, right click now, then right click duplicate. So what we can do now is now scale this one very well. S to scale Z, scale it on the Z axis. So it's going to be very small. G and then grab it up. So this one we just have to bevel it in. Head over to edit mode, select this edge now. Alt and select all the whole edge. Alt and left click and then S to scale it inward a little. Something like this. So something like this is okay now for this one. We are good with this. So I'm going to exit this now. So we have this one for the bottom. Okay, so now what we now have to bother about is the center here. So to do this one now, what we just need to do is add a circle. So shift A now, mesh and then circle. So you can see the circle it added, it didn't fill it. So we just fill the circle, go over to the circle, this tab here. From nothing, fill type to an end gun. So it fills it with an end gun. So now we're going to insert the end gun. First of all, we'll have to resize it. So we're going to resize it to suit what you're looking for, somewhere around here. Then we're going to bring it down. See? Okay, so this is great now. So move over to edit mode now, and then I to insert this guy in. I to insert again, insert this guy in around here. I to insert again, insert this guy in around there. So shift R, and then it does the same thing for me. So we'll just delete this one inside. Delete and then delete faces. So this is looking great now. So what we can just do now is select, hold alt now, move over to edge mode, hold alt, shift and alt now, then left click on this edge now. So with the same proportional editing tool now, we'll use it to kind of work on this guy. So G and Z to make it a little bit bent, something like this now. Okay, so this is looking great now. So I will exit this object mode to move over to edit mode, Z, and then bring this guy up here. Okay, so this is looking great now. So what I can do now is click on the tab menu here. So I'm going to move over to edit mode again. So A to select all the whole edges again. So we'll do the same thing, hold shift and alt, left click on this round edge. So to unselect all the whole round edges and leave those ones, or the whole, and leave all the line edges instead of the round one. So I will do same for this one again, do same for this one, holding shift and alt, left click, shift and alt, left click here. So what we can do now is bevel, control B now. So we'll move over to face mode now, select one of the, hold shift and alt, one face here, one face here, one face here, one face here, one face here. We'll leave one at the center. Hold shift and alt, left click on the other face. Make sure that the face is close to the edge. So it's going to select everything and then complete it. So now we are going to drag this guy out now. So we are going to uncheck this proportional editing to G and then Z, and then bring this guy down very well on this guy. So we're going to bring this guy up now, G and then Z, and see what we'll have. So once it's okay with what we are looking for, then we are good to go. So this is great now. So what we can do now is now add the modifier again. We'll add a subdivision surface modifier, and then solidify modifier first, solidify to a good amount, and then we'll add the subdivision surface modifier on this one again, subdivision surface modifier, to get a smooth beveling now. So we'll right click now and then shade auto smooth now. So now what we can do is head over to edit mode now, and then slash to get just this view now. So we'll select one of the face on select one. So we'll hold 3 to move out to face mode, shift and alt, then hold one of the face. Make sure the cursor is close to the edge. Select one of these and then select one of these. So something like this now. So P to separate by selection, and then you have it separated. And then this one will just separated. We'll just rotate it. Arrow to text Z, and then we're gonna rotate it something like this now. Then we are okay. So slash to see the slash view, and then we see what we have now. So this is looking very great now. Okay, so to do this one is also easy. So we have to start with an empty first. So shift A now, empty, plain as is. Okay, so G and Z to bring this guy up. Again, shift A, and then mesh circle. I don't need the one that has an angle, so we'll take it back to nothing, and then S to scale this guy, G and Z, and bring this guy somewhere here. So we're gonna add an array modifier to this, and then we're going to head over to the modifier tab, generate, and then we're adding an array modifier. So we are going to now uncheck this relative offset now, and then we're going to go to object offset, and then the object offset we are going to choose is this empty I just added. So we'll choose the empty as the object offset. Now we can increase the number of count now to 4 because it's 4 of it we need. So I'm gonna uncheck this now. So now we have to scale this empty so that this whole stuff will be the same size. I'm gonna drag it up now to bring them on the same level, so they are of the same size. So this is great. Now I'm dragging the circle I just added. So we can scale the empty again. The more we scale it, the more it's going to reduce the size of this circle I have here. So this is great. Now let's just scale them all so they're going to be of equal size. Okay, so this is great now. So what we can do now is try to rotate this guy now. So we're not going to rotate it here. We're going to rotate it in the edit mode. That's the circles. We're going to rotate them in the edit mode. So I'm going to head over to edit mode now. So in the edit mode now, so just move over to edge mode and then click A to select all the whole edges of the circle that we added the array modifier on. So now what you just have to do is drag it out from this empty, G, then X to bring it out from the empty somewhere here. And then once it's here now, we can rotate this empty now to rotate this other array we added to it, since it's offsetting with this empty I have here. So what I can just do now, head over to the object mode, select this empty now, and then arrow to rotate Z now in object mode now, and then rotate this guy somewhere here now. So this is looking great now. Let's just make sure it's correct now. So arrow to rotate Z now, and then minus 90 degree. So to make sure that the angle is correct. So we can now head over to edit mode now. If we want to adjust this circle I just added, head over to edit mode now. So we can drag it out the more to give space from the circles, so we'll get something more okay. So something like this is okay now. So but I think the circles are very big for the screw. Okay, they're going to be very big. So we can scale it more, something like very small here, and still bring it closer. Y, G, and then X now. Okay, so now we are going to now add the screw modifier to this now. So I'm going to head over to the modifier tab now, add modifier, generate, and then the screw modifier now. So we're going to increase the screw here now. From the screw tab, I'm going to be clicking the arrow so you see what I have. So increase the number of it so you see what I have. So if I want it to be very bent now, just play around with this angle. So play around with it and see what you're gonna get. Okay, so I'm going to add another stack of this screw modifier, and then I'm gonna merge it. So to add it, I will change this iteration from 1 to 2. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is add a curve that this guy is gonna bend around. So shift A now, and then curve, and then I'm gonna add a circle curve now. So G and then Z to bring the curve here, and then we're going to make sure that all this now bend on the curve. Okay, so I'm going to select this guy now. So what I'm going to do now is add a curve to this whole stuff I just added, to this whole modifier stack now. So we're going to add a curve modifier now. So we're going to go to deform, and then you're going to see where they wrote curve here. So we're going to add this curve now modifier to the down here. So the curve modifier we're going to choose is this Bezier curve we just added, this round circle now. So I'm going to choose the Bezier circle there, and then I'm going to change the deform, is deforming on X axis. We're going to change this to the Z axis. So you can see now it's now rounded over now. So you can see it's rounded over my circle. So now we can increase the iteration, and then you can see it's joining now. So now I think this is too big for us, so we can just scale this guy a little more like we did. We'll just head over to the edit mode now, and then with the faces selected again, so X to scale now, X to scale it bigger the more, and then X again to bring them out a little more. Okay, so this is great now. So we can move this guy up, Z, and okay, the circle is what we have to move up, not these other guys. So Alt Z now, so I can see through the circle there. I've selected the circle, Alt Z again, Alt Z again to exit the wireframe mode, G and then Z, and then bring this guy somewhere here. Okay, so Shift A now, and then what we're going to add now is a num part now. So I'm going to head over to curve now. This time around, we are going to add a part now. So we just have a part here now. So now I'm going to like duplicate this whole modifier stack and everything. So we'll add this guy to a new collection. So we'll select this guy, select the empty I had there, and then hold Shift again and the curve as well, the curve inside there. So I'm going to click on M to move it to a new collection, and then I'm going to name it BC, because that's the basket top. Okay, so I'm going to now duplicate the BC collection because I want to use it again. So I'm just going to select on this BC collection, right click on it, and then duplicate collection. So I have a duplicate of the collection. So what I can just do, select on my part, the curve part I added, G, and then bring this guy up over to the edit mode now, so we can do some edit. So since it's a part now, G to grab this guy. So once I'm dragging the point, it's actually editing the curve. So bring this guy closer here, somewhere there. So what we can do now is just head over to this new collection we just added now. Select the circle now, is where everything is. So the circle is where all the whole stuff is, all the whole stack is. So now on the circle is where we're going to change from this bezier part which we added on this one. We are now going to change to this other new bezier part we created. So I'm going to do just that now. So I'm going to change from this one now to this number part. So you can still, you can now see we have a handle now. So we can now adjust this. I think this is too long, so we can reduce the iterations now to 4, and I think we'll have something better. And then we'll start adjusting now. Over to edit mode now. Start adjusting the guy. Sorry, not this one. The num part now. We'll start adjusting it in edit mode now to get what we are looking for. So G to grab this guy down. So you can play around with this until you're okay. Okay, so this is great for me now. I'll just exit this now. So we'll have the hand now. So what we can do now is add some bands here. So we just add a curve now, shift A, and then head over to curve now. So I'm gonna add a circle this time around. S to scale, G to bring it somewhere around here. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do now is add head over to the curve here, add some geometry to it. So on the geometry side, see where the road bevel, that's where I'm gonna add some bevel to it. So this is great now. I think I have a good amount of the bevel. So I can scale the curve so it's close to what I'm looking for. So here I think it's good. G somewhere here, S to scale it. So we just use the modifier tab now and then add generate modifier array. So we'll just give it 3 now and then remove the X offset and then offset on the Z. Okay, so we're gonna duplicate this other one again. Right click now, duplicate, arrow to rotate, and then on the x-axis, so make this guy curved like this. Then G for this guy. So let's use the X flat view. G, bring this guy up here, and then we can scale this one so it's very big, not that much big though. So what we can do is add a mirror modifier to this now. So add modifier and then generate now. So add a mirror modifier to this, and then it's gonna mirror on, let's pick one of this now. So it's mirrored. Add the same thing to this one. Add modifier, generate, add modifier, generate, and then mirror modifier. And then you're gonna select this guy again so it mirrors now. So here we erase, we have our basket, very easy. So now you can add a background, add a hedge here and lighten it up and then render. And that's it about this tutorial. If you did enjoy this tutorial, let me know in the comment section, and thanks for watching. See you on my next tutorial. Love ya.